Hey friend, it's Ange here, and today in the podcast, I want to talk with you about the tension that we feel when we're trying to be good at multiple things. For example, I want to be a really good mom. And I have a definition of what a really good mom is in my mind. I see her, I want to be like her, and I want to be really good at my career. And again, I have a definition of what that means to me. And sometimes I feel, if I'm keeping it real with you, like I don't know how I can do that well all the time. And I could hear people on the outside saying like, you can't. And then the higher version of myself is like, yes, you can. Like you can have this and that. You can be a really present mom and you can be really awesome at your career, loving the work that you do, making a positive impact. You can have that all. And I really do believe that. Like, again, higher version of myself. But there's days where I just feel like I suck at everything, keeping it real with you. Like that thought crosses my mind where I'm like, I'm sucking at everything. Like I didn't bring my kid outside enough today. I don't know. I have this really, ChatGPT told me this. I have a very unrealistic expectation of how I should be as a mom. Like it's often telling me that. It's like, your kid is fine. He's been outside multiple times today. He always goes on these trips and da 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 da. But I'm like, I should have brought him out this morning to get sunshine in his eyes before I dropped him off at the daycare center. You know, like there's all of that that's showing up for me. I know I'm really hard on myself, and I'm hard on myself about my house too, keeping that clean. I'm hard on myself about how I show up with my clients and all the other things that I do. I put a lot of pressure on myself. And I know if you're listening to this podcast, you can probably relate to that. You're probably one of those too. You do want to be good at all the things. And I'm just over here keeping it real because I know that other people feel this way. So my point of this episode is hopefully that you can feel seen and validated if you're feeling similar things. Like if you have these thoughts that you're falling behind and you're always worried about like you're falling behind. Like, oh, you should be farther along when it comes to your career stuff. You should be farther along when it comes to this dream or this goal or whatever, fill in the blank. Like I see you and I feel that too at times. So I want to talk about the whole concept of falling behind because I feel like God gave me this wisdom recently and I just want to share it with you. But first I got to tell you a little bit, like a peek into what's been going on lately. And I'll try to not tell you all the details because I'm that kind of person. I'm the person like with the meme that's like long story short, you know, like, but like 2 hours later, I'm still telling you the same story. It's never, when I say long story short, it's like never a short story. But anyways, we're going to keep it short because I do got to pick up the kids here soon. All right. So what happened was let's go back to Monday, y'all. Monday, I was feeling start of the week, right? I'm feeling so good. I got up that morning. I went for a run with my babies, both of them, getting 2 under 2 out the door for an early run before like you got to get them all ready and everyone's, you know, getting their stuff together for the whole day. Like that's like a miracle in of itself. So I was like feeling so proud of myself. And especially with me pumping breast milk right now, like it's the whole thing, being up at night, like, okay, I'm just going to say I was proud of myself is what I'm saying. Then after that, I'm excited because I had done a little craft with my son over the weekend where he made cards for his teachers in the program that he's a part of. He has 9 of them. Well, there's 9 staff members. So we made 9 cards where he colored his own little drawings on them. And then he told me what it was. It looked obviously nothing like what he said, but he'd be like, that's babies, that's happies, that's fish, that's grass, you know, and it was just like scribbles and stuff. So I just wrote what they were. And then the notes just said, thank you, that we really appreciated like everything they did for our family. And we got them little Starbucks gift cards to treat themselves to a coffee. And then we got them those really cute air fresheners. Have you seen those that people have in their cars? Maybe you have one. They're like the little glass looking jar. And it's like the oil based one with like the wooded top and then the little string. I love them. I love all the different scents. So I ordered a bunch of them off of Etsy. And was like, this is cool. You can put this in your car. Because I remember when I first saw one, I was like, what is this thing? It was hanging in a car that we had bought. And I was like, it smells really good. And I was like, but what is it? So because I'd never seen them before. So I took a picture of it and I asked ChatGPT, I was like, what is this? And it was like, that is a car air freshener. And I'm like, what? Like, have I been living under a rock? Because like other people knew all about this. Anyways. Turns out I wasn't the only one that didn't know about it because the teachers didn't know about it either. Some of them. Anyways, we get there on Monday morning and we have like the gifts. We're feeling so good, right? We got a workout in. We're giving all these gifts. We feel like Santa coming in. And I'm like, the kids are healthy. They're laughing, enjoying the week. And I'm like, I got my systems like in place. Not really, but I was thinking, I'm like, could we start the systems in place this week? Because I had like, I already went through like how I wanted the week to go. It was planned out. I've been working on like, again, systems queen over here. I'm trying to be her, like creating these different systems around the household when I'm working, when I'm doing certain kinds of other work, like all this stuff, working on creative projects. Like I got these set blocks in place. I'm just feeling really good about it. I started working with a personal trainer and I was like, this is the starting of the week. We're working on it. Like, right. Feeling good. Anabolic energy, galore high. Drop them off. I leave. And I was like proud of myself also because I ordered groceries for pickup. So I'm on my way to pick up the groceries. I have one last thing to finish with the rental property and then I'm going to go home and work. Like this is what's going on in my mind. And it's about like an hour and a half max maybe. And I get a call from the daycare program. And they're like, hey, Ange, you got to come back and get the kids. We put them in a separate room, but we believe they have hand, foot, mouth disease. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Because what's coming up is it's my last couple days before Ian was about to leave for an 11-day trip where I'm solo parenting. And I'm like, I just need these days, and I have a very busy week of work stuff coming up. So there's a monkey wrench like thrown in there. And I'm like, okay. So, and I was confused because I'm like, I wouldn't just drop my kids off if they're like broke out in all these rashes and they're like horrible fever. Like I wouldn't do that. But they were like, yeah, they have a low grade fever. It's like 99. I'm like, okay. And that my daughter had this really bad rash and stuff. And I'm like, what? I did not see any of that. So I'm feeling like a neglectful mom. But I pull up, get the kids, and it's crazy day for the rest of the day, right? And then I finally get a doctor's appointment. So I had to bring them 3 times to get a doctor's note because of the busyness and me having to leave from the doctors being busy. Like long story short, like let's get to the point, right? It was a lot. And it was very inconvenient when you have 2 babies and you're trying to do it on your own, only to find out that they didn't even think that they had hand, foot, mouth disease. So I had like 2 days gone basically of where I'm like running around with the kids or trying to like navigate chaos. Zion, my son, he's like in the thick of the toddler stage. If you may be in that, some of you listening, and some of you are like, oh yeah, I remember that with my kids. Well, he was really upset he didn't get ice cream this morning. So it's like the full out meltdown. He wanted ice cream for breakfast, didn't give it to him. So he like kicked his feet, scream, throw things. He picks his big John Deere antique tractors, which are heavy, and like throws them across the room. And I'm like, boy, you better put that tractor down, pick it up. Like, I'm just like, it's a whole situation, y'all. Meanwhile, I'm like standing there holding the baby, trying to feed her and then trying to pump at the same time. So it's like, that's what's been going on in my life. Okay. So if I sound crazy, I am. Okay. That's how I'm feeling. Anyways. So long story short, they're officially back into the program now. But my point is, this is really my point. My point is that the entire time this stuff is going on, I'm having these thoughts like I suck at everything I do. I'm not being like, I can't be present as a mom right now with all this craziness. One kid needs me, whatever. I got to answer this email. I need to do like, it's like I'm trying to manage it all while also taking care of them. So I feel like I'm sucking at different areas. And then I feel like I'm sucking when it comes to responding back to my client that needs my help. I'm sucking when it comes to teaching this thing because I'm like not present. Like, it's like all these different things because we're trying to juggle all these different balls like in our lives. And so I'm thinking I'm sucking. These are the thoughts that are coming up in my mind. I'm also thinking that I'm falling behind. That's a big one for me that keeps showing up. It's like, I should be farther along, or if I'm doing this and I'm not moving forward on this thing, it's like this tension that I feel. And the other day I was cleaning one of our rental properties and I was listening to a sermon from Stephen Furtick from Elevation Church. And the way he said it just like really hit me, and it just made me feel better. I'm not sure why, but let me explain it to you. So he said, when I pastor and I like go up here and I'm speaking in front of everyone, I gotta be honest with you that the days leading up for me to do this work, I feel like I'm not being a good dad. I don't feel like I'm being present with my kids because I'm like kind of in zombie mode. I'm like so focused on like the sermon that's coming up. And then he's like, when I am up here, like, speaking and stuff, I still feel that like, yeah, I'm sucking at being a dad and not everyone would like, it's like on the outside, you're probably like, he's not, or he even said like, I was wrestling with my boys this morning. Like, I know that I'm not sucking, but then again, it's like, higher version of yourself thoughts and like lower version of yourself thoughts that keep showing up. And then he's like, also it's like when you are trying to be really present, then you feel like you're sucking at the career thing that you're trying to do, or balls are dropping there. And I do think systems, I'll talk more about that on the podcast, can really help you. I find that really helps me in my life, where I feel like I'm prioritizing my time well, I'm managing the things that are important to me, the systems are carrying me. But what about the time when you don't have the systems established yet? That time. Like, that's rough. And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, because I know that I'm in a new season where I need new systems, but it's been chaos for me to create those systems. Like, this is where I'm at right now. So we're working on it. We're going to get there. But my whole point of it is like the story, and I don't keep saying that, like we'll get to the point. But with Stephen Furtick, like what he was saying that the enemy does that to you. Like when you're in one thing, when you're focused on the one thing that you're focused on, the enemy's like, yeah, but you kind of suck at the other thing. You ever feel that? Like in your life, you're like, I'm trying to do the career thing, but it's like, now I feel like I suck as a mom. Or you're in the mom thing and you're like, I feel like I'm sucking at my career thing. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like that. And then when he said it, I don't know why, I get the chills right now with him telling you this. I never thought about it as the enemy's work. I never thought about it like that. And I was like, wait, that's exactly what it is. So that I don't enjoy anything that I'm doing. That's his goal, to kill, steal, and destroy, right? So I don't enjoy anything that I'm doing, because what you're going to do is you're going to remind me why I suck. Like when I'm being a good mom, like this morning when I was dealing with a hand, foot, mouth disease scenario, and my son's having his fit, throwing the ice cream situation, all of that stuff, I was sitting there thinking like, I'm sucking at all my career stuff. I can't respond back to this email. I can't do this. I can't move this forward. I'm about to having to cancel this meeting on this client because I got to get my kids here and that I didn't expect. Like all of that. And then I was like, I suck. I'm not doing well. Like that was going to my mind. And it was stealing like the moment where I was being a good mom. Like I was there present being a good mom, and I couldn't even enjoy that because the enemy was telling me all this BS. And then it happens to me all the time. I'll be doing really well in my career stuff, killing it. I'll be loving speaking at an event. I'll be loving pouring into my client and helping them, celebrating their success, like all the things. But then I'll be thinking like, I'm not being a good mom. That happened to me the other night. My client needed me to do, I try not to do sessions late at night, but we were so excited about this because we have been helping her design a career that's very fulfilling to her, and motherhood and the kinds of interests that she has. And it's been challenging because she's in academia. And there's a lot of red tape in that space. But we got this opportunity that was like custom designed essentially. And the funding came from 2 different departments. And it's taken a lot of like strategic conversations to get to this point. A lot of bravery, a lot of like going against like the status quo stuff, but intentionally designing your life, like the stuff that I love. When people say that can't happen, I'm like, yes, it can, because I know someone that did happen before. Anyways, it was one of those moments. And she was like, can you meet with me, Ange? And we were like, both like after our kids go to sleep. So it was like 9 to 10 or something like that we were meeting. And I was so excited because I wanted to help her with this very intentional conversation that was coming up in the next morning. But while I'm in that, I'm so excited for her. And I'm feeling like I'm sucking as a mom because my baby woke up, and then I'm like, oh crap, like I gotta feed her. And then I'm like, oh, I can't respond to her right away. I'm just finishing this last statement. Like there's that feeling that I have. And, but if I look on the outside now and I think about if the enemy is trying to kill, steal, and destroy, he's telling you all this stuff where you suck while you're in this thing and you're not enjoying it, then it's like when I look at it on the outside, I'm like, dang, you're doing awesome, Ange. Like you're doing great when you're like, you are there for your babies. In fact, I brought my kid over and I was like, bouncing her in the little bouncer with my foot as I was talking to my client, and she was happy, and we were chatting, finishing this conversation. My client was happy, and great things are happening for us all. But it's like I was not seeing that. So I just wonder, in the season that you are in, even in the chaos, and I get it because my house be crazy looking lately. Like I'm just like, what is this? Ants everywhere, and out summer, and like whatever. Anyways, I feel like coming back, I don't know, I just had this like my attention got taken away with those big black ants that have been showing up everywhere. And I feel guilty when I kill them, I feel like a mass murderer when I'm killing them, but I don't want you crawling around me. Anyways, that distracted me. Bringing it back, Ange, bringing it back. My point is that the situations that you are in, I wonder if you can just like notice that when you start to think those thoughts, you're falling behind. First off, according to whose timeline? Like who made up the timeline? Like us, right? Oh, this is good. Before I get distracted and have to go get the kids, really get distracted, I need to tell you some of the verses and things that might really serve you as you're in that and you're thinking you're falling behind, or you're feeling like when you're doing the one thing, you're sucking at the other thing. This is what's going to help you, because this is also what helped me. I got to find the notes. I like this. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Like this reminds me that, like, this is Psalm 127:1. This reminds me that God is in control. Like, right? So putting God first, and whatever that means to you, putting God first is so important, because all the opportunities come from God. Like sometimes we think, well, we got to be over here doing this thing, because my thought is like, oh, I need to be building this thing or I won't get the result that I want. Can we like remember that God's the one who creates all the opportunities? And what he's asking you for to do right now is to be present in the season that you are in. And wherever you are, whether you're doing the work thing or you're doing the parent thing, wherever you are, be all in it there, not wishing you were somewhere else. And enjoying that moment. Don't let Satan, the enemy, show up and be like, steal that from you and tell you that you're falling behind, you're not far enough, you're sucking at that, you're sucking at all these. Don't let him say that to you and take it as truth. Because your goal is to be present wherever you are in that moment. And that's the highest energy that you can show up with, that presence, and then take that energy into the next thing that you do. So that's a good one. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. The second one that I love is Ecclesiastes, which I never feel like I say right. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. You're not falling behind. You're in this season for this time for this reason. And then Joel 2:25, I will restore to you. I love this one. The years that the locust has eaten. I need this one all the time. Because a lot of times I think like, oh, I'm not moving farther along because I'm doing this thing. And it's like you're missing out on opportunity. Like you're coming in with that lack mindset showing up. And it's like, let's forget, like God can make up for any of that time that you lost. Like he can move things forward so much faster because he's God, and because of the favor that he'll have over you. If you're obedient and you're focusing on the season that you're in. This is another thing for mamas out there with the summer coming up. Like be there for it. Be there, fully present with the kiddos, and not be worrying about other things that are maybe falling to the wayside that you might feel like might affect your career in some way. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, God's got that, and he can move you forward. He can make up for the time that is lost. And what he's asking for you to do is be present in this season that you are in, and trust that. Y'all, sometimes I have those days where my energy is so high and I feel like I'm so faithful, and I feel like things just like flow on in, like where I'm like, oh my goodness, I got all those opportunities in like 2 hours. And of course, it might have been things I've been working on to get those opportunities but it's like, sometimes I feel like a lot of success can happen in a short time. Like I've seen that happen. Like I don't have to feel like I have to grind constantly. Otherwise, I'm not going to create the thing. Like, I just think sometimes our lack mentality shows up. The enemy shows up and tells us all this crap that's just not true. And he takes away, again, the joy that you have in that moment. So being present where you are for real. I know it's easier said than done, but are you intentional about that? Like when you notice these thoughts, do you shift them intentionally? Because I think that's really what it's about. And this is where I've been focusing on scripture in my life, because I'm like, yeah, like I feel behind. I feel like I'm missing out on whatever. And then I read this to myself. I'll restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. Like, I got you. I'm here for you. I'll give you back that time. I'm the creator of time anyways. Like, I need to have those messages being replayed back to myself when that other negative catabolic thought shows up, you know? So this is why I've been doing this. I've been really studying this more. And then seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. I love that one. So what about this? And then I have a little notes for the shift. What if I'm not falling behind? What if I'm being formed? The patience I'm learning, the systems I'm building, the empathy I'm gaining, the faith I'm practicing, the stories I'm living, those are things that are shaping the woman I'll become. Like, that's all happening for you, for whatever it is to come. So I like this. I'm going to leave you with this, okay? Because I got to go with the kids. The work I'm doing today is not competing with my future success. It's part of it. Oh, mic drop. Let's say that again. The work I'm doing today is not competing with my future success. It's part of it. All right, I'll leave you with that. Please let me know if this resonated with you. I would love to know. You can shoot me an email. I'm most likely to check my emails. Other messengers, like sometimes you can get lost in there and I'll never see it. So my email is angembarnard@gmail.com. Have an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Bye.